Hi, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Harrison McAdoo, and today I'm advocating for the sport tennis. What's the call to tennis? Why would I even be interested in tennis? Well, I'm here to tell you. Tennis is one of those sports that in the U.S. it's it's the least popular sport in the U.S. as compared to world popularity, and that's reflected highly in the professional charts. No more U.S. players dominate this scene. It's all foreign players. It's just not as popular in the U.S., and that's due to a variety of reasons, and it's kind of a shame. A majority of those reasons is the inaccessibility and almost like the upper class vibe that tennis may give off, where you perhaps need to be a member of the country club or you got to have a neighborhood that has a pool club and tennis courts. Because the truth is, not every public court is really well off and in great shape. They usually don't have lights that limits the amount of hours one could play. And it's always hard to find a league or anyone that wants to play, or it's hard to train unless you want to hire a coach or lessons, and those can be expensive. But what I'm trying to get to do today is explain my experiences into how tennis has helped me become a better person and be interested and take care after my own body and think about my well-being, and to how you and your kids should be considering tennis with the help of easier accessibility that we can mobilize through the USTA and through local tennis associations to have days and just unlimited times where you can borrow a racket, try it out, play around on the court, hit with a pro for a little bit, because there's just this imaginary entrance barrier where if you haven't really played tennis in the past, you're not going to get into it and perhaps never going to get your kids into it because it just seems like a different sport. What I'm here to say is that my dad got me into tennis, so I can't speak for anyone that needs to be out there per se, but I can't thank him enough for doing that, because when I'm a kid, I didn't know which sport I wanted to play. I played a little bit of baseball, played a little bit of soccer, but he played tennis. He said, son, I'm going to put you in tennis. Unlike other sports, there's no shelf life to this activity. You can play it all your life. My grandfather still plays with his 80-year-old buddies. And what happens is when you play tennis and you go into a tennis match, so this is something magic happens where you step on the court, you know you have family and friends watching, you're on a team, you know you got to win this match so your team can progress, and it's just you and one other kid, and you're going back and forth, point after point. You can't get caught up in it, you can't get caught up in any sort of cheers, and you're just playing, and it's such a mental game that really strengthens the mind. Now, one thing we all value is competitiveness within our kids. I know I want my kids to be competitive so they can go to college and do well and work for good grades and compete for good jobs. We want them to have good rivalry, friends, balance, and we want that mental toughness. And all these things come from tennis, minus any other thing like an injury that you could get from football or baseball easily. When I'm talking another sad attribute that tennis totally counteracts, we're talking obesity. Tennis is an activity that is not only good for the kids, but it's healthy. So when your children start playing it, they get that good hand-eye coordination, they become more agile, and it becomes a hobby that they can enjoy and play with friends and avoid common ailments to children these days like obesity and gaining weight. Now, what I want to close with is I've talked all about how tennis is great, but we need to get it out there because not everyone's as fortunate as me to have had a father who pushed me into tennis. We need local organizations and the local clubs to be more friendly to newcomers and to have welcoming availability and racket availability so that people could come in and try it and hit around and begin to like the sport rather than keep their tennis court walls way too high and just look like a sport not for them. Rally up, call USTA, call your local organizations, and let them know you and all your friends and their friends' kids are all interested in playing tennis, and things will change. We have the numbers. It's about 2.5 million of us. We just got to take the action. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a good one.